Good evening, everybody. I'm Marc Robbins. Darren and Sonia have the night off. We're going to begin tonight with a weather alert, and it has been a very tame winter so far this year, but finally, we are in for some snowfall this weekend. The question, how much are we going to get? Storm HT. Frightening moments for a family in Naugatuck as bullets come flying through their walls just as they're about to try and go to sleep. Police say their neighbor, who was drunk, is behind the situation. News 8's Bob Wilson is on the scene in Naugatuck with more on a very close call. A developing story in Monroe tonight where crews are working to clean up an oil leak near Lake Zor. Authorities say someone was trying to steal copper off an oil tank outside an empty house on Bagburn Hill Road. Environmental officials say when the copper was removed, more than 100 gallons of heating oil leaked into Boys Halfway Brook. That runs into Lake Zor. Officials say the leak is now contained and none of the oil leaked into the lake. 2 firefighters are recovering from burns tonight after battling a stubborn fire in Bridgeport. It happened at a home on East Main Street just after 3 o'clock this afternoon. News 8's Annie Rourke is on the scene in Bridgeport with more. Authorities in Colorado say a Connecticut man found face down at a ski resort has died. 72-year-old William Emberton of Stonington was found on an expert trail at Keystone Resort in Keystone, Colorado 2 days ago. He was taken to a suburban Denver hospital. He died from his injuries this afternoon. A man fighting for his life tonight after getting hit by a car while riding his bicycle in Hartford. It happened near the intersection of Franklin Avenue and Bond Street. According to police, the driver of the car says the cyclist swerved in front of her and she didn't have time to stop. Witnesses say the man suffered serious head wounds. The victim taken to the hospital, and right now he is listed in critical condition. One person is dead, another in critical condition after a bad accident in Hartford this morning. It happened on Sigourney Street around 5:30. The victims have not yet been identified. Police are still trying to figure out what caused the crash. Quite a scene for shoppers at a Stratford Walmart today. A pickup truck burning out of control right there in the parking lot. We've got plenty of pictures and videos sent to us of the fire through our reported feature. This all happened around 4 in the afternoon. Officials say fortunately no one was hurt. A warning today for people who live in Windsor Locks after 2 raccoons in town tested positive for rabies. Animal control officials say on January 9th and February 4th, raccoons were found to be infected with the rabies virus. The town is reminding folks to stay away from wild animals and make sure that your pets are up to date with their rabies vaccinations. Now, it's been the talk of the town in Falls Village. A sexting incident at the high school there has the full attention of administrators. Students at Housatonic Regional Valley High School tell News 8 a freshman sent nude pictures of herself to someone, and from there it spread like wildfire. Administrators found out and it figured out it was a good time to have a discussion.
We want to include our younger students.
A former Granby police captain who pleaded guilty to federal child pornography charges will be sentenced tomorrow. David Bork took a plea deal in July. Federal agents found thousands of graphic images on both his home computer and his work-issued laptop. Bork is looking at up to 20 years in prison. A Bridgeport woman accused of kidnapping an infant from a New York hospital and raising the child as her own is expected to plead guilty tomorrow to charges in a Manhattan federal court. That's according to the New York Times. Ann Petway is accused of snatching Nadra Nance, who she raised under the name Carlina White, out of a Harlem hospital back in 1987. Petway is indicted on federal kidnapping charges which carry a potential life sentence. Some scary moments at a Stamford elementary school today after a teacher passed out following a gas leak. Emergency crews rushed to Newfield Elementary after their teacher smelled gas in the school and called 911. Students were evacuated. Firefighters say the boiler malfunctioned and gas got into the air system in the school.
It was significant enough, yes. There were some pretty high readings there. Enough to make people sick and cause problems. But, you know, lucky enough they smelt it early on and the school was evacuated.
Students were taken to nearby Trinity Catholic High School while officials got the situation under control. The teacher was treated and even went back to the classroom. Results are in for a Hamden neighborhood dealing with dangerous speeders. It's a story you saw only right here on News 8. After a meeting last night with the town's traffic board, a new speed sign is in place on Ridge Road, and it tells drivers, slow down. Neighbors also tell us they've seen a boosted police presence in the area. We've gotten a lot of complaints over the past couple of weeks about people who have been taken advantage of by tax-preparing services. Some Connecticut families who lost their homes to foreclosure are about to get some money back. Still ahead on News 8, we'll tell you how a settlement deal cut with some big banks will affect people here in Connecticut. And a raging fire on a school bus. We'll tell you what happened to the kids inside. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes.